Hey, rSpace fam. Time for yet another out-of-this-world story from rSpace. Let's jump right in. I never thought this would happen to me, but my wife has just admitted to sleeping with another man. She slept with a man who is younger than both of us. He is 21. He is from a very rich family. She wants to be in an open relationship with him, and if I do not let her see him, she says she cannot love me anymore. In fact, after I initially freaked out over the whole thing, she closed down. She said she cannot feel anything but numbness, and that she is meant to be polyamorous. I'm 29 years old. We have 3 children. I am so broken down, I do not know what to do, what to say, what my course of action is going forward. I've never been so devastated, and she is crying more about losing her lover than she is about hurting me. He was going to teach her trading Bitcoin and make her rich. And when I confronted the guy and he left, she started blaming me for him leaving. Crap. I don't know what to do. I do not have a great job. My wife is the one with a nice university degree. She is the ambitious one. Me, I am just a dedicated father, husband. Well, I was, I guess. I'm so unmotivated. I kind of want to die. I cannot tell anyone. I feel like they would just judge me, call me weak, useless, whatever. She's been dramatic for years. She has mental health issues for which she refuses medication. None of it's an excuse, but I'm just lost. I don't want to have a divorce right away. My parents have a lot on their plate as it is. My grandparents are so old and frail, and these are uncertain times. But my wife just closed off. She says she does not love me, says she is even afraid of me, because I had the audacity to shout and break her clock radio when she admitted to screwing a stranger. And I shouldn't say stranger, they have been talking for months. Crap, what do I do? At this point, what can I do? I want to just feel like a man again. I want to feel in charge of things. I want to feel like I matter at all, even just a tiny bit. Like someone worthy of respect. But years of handling her crap got me nowhere. And it's all gone. Poof. Until she admitted this to me 3 days ago today, I felt like we had something good. In spite of our troubles, our struggles, being young and raising a family, I even thought drama was supposed to be part of things. A natural order of things sort of situation. But it got more and more extreme. And now I just kind of want to die and crawl in a ditch and run away from it all. Which I cannot because I'm broke and I have kids who need me. I've never been a guy lacking in confidence. I'm not bad looking. I'm not a cheater or a bad guy. I provide. Do what needs to be done. Sure, I have my weaknesses, but crap, I've worshipped the floor this woman walks on for as long as I can remember, and right now, I feel like dog crap. All my confidence, my ability to believe in myself, it just went out the window. She even got the guy to come to our home, so I could talk to him. He's not a good-looking guy. He's cocky. He's into some sort of enlightenment BS, which my wife is into as well. They are fans of a certain Indian guru and try to find freedom from all attachment, which I suppose includes me. Alright community, don't let me down. Let me know what you think. Saberpunk says, you need to secretly see a lawyer and think about custody. This woman is not your wife. She does not care about you. You will probably never forgive her. When the affair fog lifts and she is faced with all the lives she destroyed, she will cry and come back. Don't let her. Good luck. I'm so sorry this happened to you. The OP's response? I will almost certainly get custody as she is a diagnosed bipolar. She's seen a psychiatrist and psychologist for a long time, but does not take medication as she refuses to do so. The thing is, I would hate to see her lose the kids too. She's crazy and mentally ill, but our daughters are so young, so innocent, I'm afraid to hurt or traumatize them. Cranach's thoughts on the situation are, you are right now living in an utterly toxic surrounding, created by your wife. This toxic surrounding affects your kids as well. You don't do them any favor by letting them stay in this environment. They are hurting and getting traumatized right now. You need to protect them. Fallen 1MS says, exactly this. I grew up with parents in a toxic situation, domestic violence, constant strife and arguments, father with NPD, and denial of affection and validation. Mom decided to stay for the kids. Martyr enabler she was. Infidelity racked families are the same. Guess what? I'm really high on the covert narc scale. You don't want any more of them running around on God's green earth, especially not kids. You'll be heartbroken once you realize how you could have saved them. Edit. As to why I help people here? Because I'm a self-centered narc, blah blah. Read up about fake empathy. Plus, I split all affair partners and wayward spouses black as ravenous night. Side effect of my own chumping experience. Plus, it's a spectrum. I think I do have a little pure, agendaless empathy. Edit times 2. Wow, even the comments have edits. Alright, since my personal belief is that almost all cheaters are high on the narc scale, you don't get solipsism, absence of empathy, gaslighting, darvo, absence of impulse control at such a level without narc traits. Let me know if anyone needs behind-the-scenes insight about a narc brain. Might help you avoid, identify, or deal with them better. Also, newsflash, everyone is on the narc scale, even you are. Narcissism is essentially self-preservation instinct on steroids. People on the upper ends are PDs. People on the lower ends are KISA, martyr syndrome, codependent enablers. Stay in the middle. Edit times 3. Oh, this guy just keeps going. Check below comment thread link for tips on how to deal with mirroring and gaslighting. Edit times 4. No kidding, he really does keep going. Also, if you want to understand a narc's endless need for validation, read about hole in the validation bucket theory. Or listen to A Perfect Circle, The Hollow. Listen to the lyrics. Also, since the topic of music is up, listen to Pussifier, Potions and Tool, The Patient. Amazingly cathartic for me, both of them. The music was just you're bringing it up. Edit 5. Okay, I think this is the last one. Simplest way to describe a narc is a person who uses superiority complexes to mask horribly crippling inferior complexes. Alright, can we let someone else weigh in? How about fragrance spray? She doesn't want an open relationship. She wants to cheat on you while you watch the kids. I'm sorry, but your marriage is over. You can end it now, or end it later, but it's over. The longer you stay in the marriage like this, the longer the kids will see what an unhealthy relationship looks like and think it's acceptable. Even you found yourself doing this for a little while. You treated her like a celebrity, and she's treating you like a fan. Don't do this in the future. It causes people to lose respect for you. It teaches them that they are more valuable than you. And for those with narcissistic tendencies, like your wife, they will quickly believe that and act on it. Badger Brush 20. This right here. When you put someone on a pedestal, you put them in a place where they look down on you. Joel Rail 89 says, pretty much this. I completely identify with OP, except that I have dogs instead of kids. Opening a relationship after many years of dating marriage is an excuse to cheat. You might agree to it, thinking it's for the good of the marriage, but it'll break you, either instantly or in the coming months. I separated briefly, but got together again with my 31 male wife, 30 female. I'll post eventually, but the hurt and paranoia never goes away for good. If you separate and or divorce, give yourself time to heal and feel good with yourself. Being unmotivated or having no real ambitions isn't a bad thing, as long as you fulfill your obligations, your children, and don't hurt others willingly. Okay, enough of those comments. On to the next story. This one, need advice. Worried my resolve might falter. My 31 male wife, 25 female, and I have had some issues lately. Before I get to them, I need to rewind a bit. Our child, her first and my fourth, was born almost 4 years ago. Prior to him, when I met my wife, I made it very clear that I didn't want more kids. Being a single father before I met her, with full custody of 3 kids, is a lot of work and very expensive. After we'd been together for about a year, she wore me down and convinced me to have one more. I let it be known I would be getting a vasectomy right after, which I did. He was born a little premature, and I made sure he was healthy, happy, and at home before I scheduled it. 1 month after he was born, I had the procedure. She told me she was happy with her perfect little baby and was okay with not having any more. Cut to about mid-December 2020. She starts getting serious baby fever. She came to me and said she wants more children. I explained that I made my stance very clear about no more kids and I would not, under any circumstances, be getting cut open again. We went back and forth about this for a while and decided we were at an impasse. Our options were either she suppresses her feelings and be miserable, or we separate so she can pursue children with someone else. She attempted to bottle her feelings, but it didn't last very long. A week ago, she texted me from work saying she was tired of bottling her feelings. We had a very long back and forth conversation trying to figure this out. I repeatedly tried to offer up counseling or therapy to get a professional third party to help us work through this, but she denied every option I put forth. She eventually said we needed to consider the worst case scenario. We continued back and forth through the rest of the day into the next. We agreed on a separation while we try to work on things between us, but divorce was not fully on the table yet. She would still like me to believe this is the case. This past weekend, I noticed some things that seemed odd to me. Spending a lot of time out late after work, getting more dolled up than she has been lately, etc. So on Sunday night after we get off work, I went home and she went to have dinner with friends. Nothing out of the ordinary. She's a social person and I'm not. She gets home around 1 a.m. and her phone is going crazy with texts. She had it on silent, which is also not normal. She continued texting for quite a while before going to sleep. My curiosity got the better of me and I did something I had never done before in any relationship. I snooped. And what I found turned my depression over failing marriage to seething rage in an instant. She had text messages from a coworker of hers that she's worked with for over a year. Everything seemed above reproach until that Saturday prior to us discussing separation. She had gotten off work Saturday night and went to get dinner. I got off work and went home to take a shower and go to bed. She was at dinner with this coworker and some intimate things were said. The next day, Sunday, while we were at work, she confesses to him over text that she's liked him for a while and that the night before she was thinking about what it would be like to kiss him. He was surprised but didn't resist what she said. He knows who I am and knows we're married. The texts got flirtier and over the course of the next couple of days went to sexting. They exchanged very intimate words and pictures. She said she saw him taking a break at work and it looked like he was waiting to get himself sucked. Then, she said if they weren't at work, she'd make that happen. To my knowledge and reading everything that was in the messages, they have not yet been physical. But to me, an emotional affair is still an affair, and I will not tolerate that. I took screenshots of all these messages and saved them to multiple places, just in case. I've been trying to keep myself together and keep everything normal until Thursday, when we're all back to work together, where I'll confront him and try to get as many details from him. We're both vets, and just calling him Jody will get his attention without making a scene. Last night, I talked to her and asked some questions about where things went wrong. Why she decided she wanted more kids, more than she wanted to be with me, yada yada. Amongst these questions, I asked if she'd given any thought to someone she might want to have more kids with. She scoffed at me and said, "I'm not your ex-wife." Yeah, sure. This was my attempt to see if she'd be honest and forthcoming with me, which she didn't. She lied right to my face. My plan is this. With the pictures I have and the info that I hope to glean from Jody, I'll confront my wife on Thursday when I leave to pick up our child from daycare. I'll present the information that I have, that there will be no chance of reconciliation, and that she'll need to find another place to sleep since she's no longer welcome in my house. I'll leave to pick up our child and call her mother and fill her in. Her mother still believes the failing marriage is all my fault, and I'm going to burst that bubble. My issue now is that I really don't like change, and I'm worried my resolve might waver when the time comes. I'm caught between my anger over this affair and my fear of change. Any advice or tips on this is appreciated. Thanks for taking the time to read about my problems. I don't have anyone in my personal life that I can bring this to for advice. I know it's not as scandalous or exciting to read as many other stories you might have come across, but it's where I'm at. This is a good time for some advice from the community. Fragrance spray, let him have it. I'm curious if she only got baby fever because she knows that would be a deal breaker for you and a way to engineer a split without having to be the bad guy. That's why she shot down all the other options. It sounds like she had this guy scoped out for a while. Change is coming one way or another, but if you take control, it can work out to be a change that you like. If you are passive on this, it will probably be something you get stuck with. The OP responds, I had the same line of thought. The events line up pretty well. Either way, this will all be brought to light and we'll see how the chips fall. Fragrance Spray is offering some words of encouragement. I wish you the best of luck. Try not to give away too much of what you know at first. Her lies will tell you a lot about her mindset, even though they're not true. Before you confront, make sure you've made peace with the idea that this could be the end of your relationship. If you can't accept that possibility, she'll push you into a corner and you'll back down. Perhaps talk to a lawyer first and find out what a divorce might look like and what your options are. Technical Salt 9126 thinks, make sure you have your finances separated today or tomorrow latest. Get your name of any shared accounts and get half the money into your new account and have a receipt or record of all of it. Use a different bank too, please. Cancel any credit cards you share or she can use and make you pay for. Present your evidence to all family on both sides ASAP after the confront too. Do not let her control the narrative of what she planned or has done. Make her move out of the home. Make sure you are a primary homemaker and parent. And inform your employer of the affair partner and her activities. If they used company time or resources for communication, she will have some new drama to live with, as well as the affair partner. If the cars are in your name, insurance, phones, etc., keep them. She wants to wander, let her wander without your support or safety net. Many a wayward spouse fancy of freedom of being tied down is shattered the minute all the safety and support of the betrayed spouse is missing. Enjoy the show. You're paying for it, sadly. The OP's response: the only thing I need to take care of is getting her phone off of my plan and take her off the car insurance. All bank accounts, credit cards are split. The car is in my name only, and the house was mine several years before I met her. My parents are already aware of everything. I will need to tell her mom, but I'm not going to do that until right after the confrontation. Since we all work together, our employer will be notified at the same time. I'm hoping to leverage the pictures of the texts that I have against her from fighting me on anything. Thanks.